Tell me, you and Paul were engaged or dating? What was your
We were dating, not quite engaged, but that was the plan. We were about to get a house, and in fact, they were going to tell us that day that I could get that house.
You sent me an email.
Right.
You want to just tell me some of your feelings about why you're doing this today? What do you have to do here?
Well, basically my whole life has been destroyed by this. And I just want this person to be brought to justice because it's not right.
How do you think that might help? It's obviously not going to bring him back. How might it help to get some answers and know who did it?
It'll help give us some closure because I think about it all the time. It makes no sense. He called me at 2:02 in the morning saying he was just a couple blocks away. Next thing you know, I hear loud bangs in the hallway, and I didn't know what it was. I thought somebody was fighting downstairs or something, and then I waited for a few minutes and thought that he should be home any minute, and then I wondered if he was involved with that noise, and I went and found him laying on the stairs. And I watched him take his last two breaths.
Did you get to talk to him at all during that?
No. No. I didn't know he had been shot, you know. It didn't click with me, those bangs and everything. He was laying on the stairs and I went to go lift him up because I thought maybe he fell or something. And I went to lift him up and then there was a bunch of blood and then I lifted up his shirt to see what the blood was coming from, and I saw a little slit, so I thought maybe he had been stabbed. But it smelled funny, like I could smell the gunpowder, but I didn't know what it was at that minute. But, yeah, and then I ran and called 911, and the police and paramedics came, and they said he'd been shot, and I couldn't believe it. So.
Had there been any safety concerns living there? Had you been worried about anything before?
No. Not really. Well, my car had been broken into there, but, nothing was taken. It was out on the street. I don't know. I felt pretty safe. There was mainly, elderly women living there.
What did this person take away from you that day?
Everything. All my hopes and dreams, I mean, all my friends are getting married and having babies now, and that's supposed to be me, and I don't get to. I'm 28. I have to start all over with, this huge hole in my heart.
You and his family have been busy putting out posters. You're doing a lot, creating a website. And a lot of people wouldn't even have the energy, the focus to do what you're doing. What makes you do that? What pushes you to do that, do you think?
I have to. He'd do it for me. I have to. I can't just let this person get away with this. It's not right.
You think knowing who did it and that person being arrested or charged would make a difference in your life?
Huge difference.
Or knowing of what part do you think is the toughest?
I want to know why, yeah, because we have no idea why. The motive is not clear at all. 1 minute he's 2 blocks away and I'm talking to him on the phone, and the next minute he's shot and laying on the stairs. And I have no idea why. No idea. I would love to know why. I would love to know that this person can't hurt anybody else.
Is there anything else you want? If we get this much, but anything else you want to get out?
I just wish somebody would call. and let us tell something.
Great.
Yeah.
I know it's really hard to sit there.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose I
Well,
have
you're
to-
there as a maid.
It kind of related to this, but that house that we were going to get, they were going to tell me that day that Paul was killed that we got that house. And then I didn't know that we had actually gotten it. But they told my mom because she had called them and told them what happened. And they were like, oh, we were going to tell her that she got the house. And then like a couple months went by and I had a bad cold and I was up coughing late at night. And you guys ran a story about a guy who bought a house in Richfield, and it was my house. It was weird because I wasn't watching TV at all, and I just was like up in the middle of the night, because it reruns,
Right.
and I couldn't believe it. It was of all the houses, of all the times for me to be
Horrible thing to
watching.
see on TV for you.
Yeah,
To see
it
that.
was like pouring salt on the wound, because like we were supposed to be living in that house.
You would have been living in the house at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying, I'll get as much as I can, but just instead of in a newscast, we're talking probably a minute.
Well, I don't wanna tell you what to do, but we've had a lot of interviews and the situation.
I'll get as much, and to the extent that you can look up
Mm-hmm.
and say it, I think if people can see it in your eyes versus reading,
Right.
and whatever your comfort level is, but if you're looking down the whole time, it's not as effective. I think it's reaching people, and if you need to re-say something, you can do that too.
Okay.
Would you like to just read it through once and straight through and do it, and then we could, include it that way? I said we can put the entire thing though on our web.
If you look down at the sentence, Patty, and then look
Yeah.
up and say it.
Yeah, I know. Okay,
And again, look at me and nod.
okay.
Can I start by getting you to spell your name?
Patty Swedberg, PATTISWEDBERG.
You're Paul's mom.
I'm Paul's mom.
Okay, you had a statement you wanted to make today, read to us about?
Yes, I do. This is about Paul. We're here for Paul. We're here to get justice for Paul. And what we want is we want the audience that's watching, we want these people who know who did this to please come forward so that we can get justice. Because we know there's a lot of people out there who know who did this. And all we need is one person to come forward to make a difference and help the police, help us get through this, because we have no closure and there's no justice for Paul. And in order for us to start healing as a family, we need this very much. And we also don't want this to happen to other people in our community. This has got to stop. This is devastating for any family to have to go through this. And there's no reason that this senseless crime of murdering my son happened. We don't know why. We could sit here and talk all day about how wonderful Paul was, but the gist of the matter is that we need to know who did this. And working with Crime Stoppers, working with the Minneapolis Police Department, we have a reward set for $10,000. And anyone who has any information, we ask that they please call Crime Stoppers or the homicide detectives on the case and give them the information that they need to get this cleared up, to get this case solved.
How will that help you and your family to have somebody come forward to have some resolution?
Like,
Kurt,
that's,
I don't want to cut into her.
how that will help us is that we would have some understanding. As of right now, we don't have anything. We don't have any reason as to why. We can't even begin to heal because there isn't a reason. It's not, I hate to use these examples, but it's not like someone who has an illness or who's in a car accident. You understand why that person has died, but we don't understand why. If it's robbery, why? You know, there's just no closure. And for us to have someone come forward to get this person to serve justice or to get this person convicted so that he can't do this to someone else is what we need for our family. So that we can move on. We can start, we can't even start healing because we don't know the reasons why.
Did you want to read that as well?
Sure.
Can we make that a separate text? I don't know where that is. Where that, I mean,
Sure.
I don't know where that started. What time is it? Is it
17.
3:17? Okay.
Okay. I'm Paul's mother, Patty Swedberg, and today I'm here to talk to you, the watching audience, about my son Paul and his murder. We know that there are people out there who do know what happened on July 25th last year at 53rd in Chicago at his apartment where he was murdered in his apartment stairwell. We, the family of Paul, are asking for just one person who knows anything about this to please come forward and to call Crime Stoppers or the Minneapolis Police Department and give them either tips, a name, or the whereabouts of where this person is, and know that they will be anonymous in their phone calls. They will remain anonymous, and it will help all of us, our families, the police, everybody, to be able to start understanding and healing from this process. There is a $10,000 reward right now, and we beg anybody that knows anything to come forward and to help us put an end to this. We're asking that all the communities get together, come together and work to make a safer community for themselves and for everybody, and to help solve this crime, which is devastating to our family, and we don't want anybody else or any other family to ever have to go through this.
Are you done with your statement?
Mm-hmm.
What did this person take away from you, the mom and someone who's been with them all these years? What did they take from you?
They took away my life. They took away his future, my future with him and Andrea, with grandchildren. They took away a part of me. And I have a hole that can't be filled anymore because he's not there. I can't. Every song I hear, every picture I look at kids playing in the parks with their dads. I go to a wedding and I think of what he's not going to have. I think of all the things that have been taken away from him and his future and for all of us. That this person senselessly murdered my son, and for what? Everything is gone. For Paul and for us. Mm-hmm.
It's probably not. Did you want to say something?
Great stuff. I know, buddy. Hang on to us.
It's really affected.
We can just get some pictures. I don't want to make this work for you. Obviously, brings it all.
It's so raw. It's so raw.
But you're doing this for him.
You know, we know that Paul will never come back at the Y's. the why. We've accepted that he's not going to ever come back. But the why angers us so much, you know, that it's hard for us to get through because he was an exceptional young man. He was an exceptional big brother. And it was just wrong, you know. And that's it.
How many brothers, siblings?
Too.
He has a sister also.
Sister and two sisters?
One sister and one brother. And two nieces and a nephew.
You know what we can do, as I said, getting closer to the anniversary or something, to go out doing stuff.